Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is RafeGal, and this is another new video. This is Yoshi's Island, which is labeled as Mario World 2, but it's kind of its own thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get the intro going here. So, here we find Baby Mario. I will do my best not to make this more terrible than it needs to be, because it does have one of the most annoying sounds. In gaming history, but I do think that this is also possibly one of the most underrated platformers of all time. It's amazing. It is a great game. Okay. For the sake of my sanity, sorry about that, I actually apparently had the turbo button pressed for some reason. For the sake of my sanity, for the third time, which apparently means I'm not actually that sane in the first place, I am not going to be trying to 100% this game like I was originally planning. That was kind of one of my drawbacks that I had, was this game is miserably hard to do 100% sometimes. And by that I mean, it's not that it's hard, it's that it's... I'm trying to think of the best way to put this without sounding like an idiot, like I already do. It's not that it's actually really hard to 100%, it's that if you miss one little thing on any given level, you have to redo the whole level. And I don't like going back and redoing things on videos more than I have to. So instead, I'm just gonna play the game. If I happen to 100% levels, great. But I'm not gonna go super... I am going to try, but I'm not gonna go super out of my way. And if I decide to go back later and 100% to do the bonus levels or something at the end, then I'll do that off camera, instead of sitting there and grinding. While I've made my peace with grinding in Final Fantasy, it's not happening here. Because it's a whole different kind of grinding. So yeah, like, for example, in this particular level, which is, you know, the first level in the game, if I were to happen to get hit at any point here, I can't 100% the level. You literally have to not get hit, get all of the red coins, all of the stars, which I totally didn't get 8 of the red coins, so I'd have to go all the way back and find them, and I know where they are. I totally forgot to do the basement area. But that pretty much just sums it up. We're not worrying about that right now. I'm just gonna go through the game and have fun. So, the basic premise of this game is Yoshi, or the Yoshis, the entire clan of Yoshis, found Baby Mario. So, Baby Mario has been separated from the stork that was taking him and his brother to their home, presumably, I guess. And Luigi has been kidnapped. So, the Yoshis have decided to try and reunite the brothers, which is going to put them into the path of Bowser's cronies. It's not a super complicated plot. It's a Mario game. The important part is it has a really unique platforming style. So you have Yoshi. Yoshi basically works the same way he does in all the other games. Where he's got the flutter kick and can make eggs and throw eggs. But in this game, we get to carry eggs behind us. Actually, I think this is where the egg thing came in. Before he could just, like, carry turtle shells in his mouth. Anyway. So yes, we have make eggs, throw eggs. We have, the flutter kicks and the ground pound. And this is the game where a lot of that came into place. Like, that was not a thing before this, in Yoshi at least, or for Yoshi in particular. And honestly, to an extent for Mario. Like, the ground pounding in Mario starts with this, I believe. No! I was so close. So yeah, this actually kind of laid a lot of groundwork. It's also one of the first games that really took the time to reintroduce stuff like Shy Guys are the main enemy in this, even though they're not really a Mario enemy. If you're not aware of that, Mario 2 was not actually originally supposed to be a Mario game, and in Japan it wasn't. So it's kind of a weird... Like, Shy Guys didn't really show up in Mario stuff all the time until, you know, there was a reason for it. So yeah, this kind of laid a lot of groundwork for a lot of things in Mario. And especially in regards to making Yoshi an actual character. Give a lot of personality. It's also, I think, the first Mario game where you don't really play as Mario. Besides, you know, you didn't have to in Mario 2. It's one of the first ones that has red coins. If not the first, I think it is the first game with Mario game with red coins. Oh. That was bad luck. So yeah, there's a lot of concepts in this game that are kind of original to this game that have continued on through the series. And while there have been other Yoshi games, this is the one that isn't terrible. While it is adorable to sing the Eggrolls song, that is not actually what they were saying. Some of you might get that joke. The rest of you don't. So, the other downside with this is that Mario... when you get hit, baby Mario cries. It is a thing this game is infamous for. It is one of the most obnoxious sounds in video game history. Hopefully we won't have that happen too much, because there's already enough infernal beeping when we play Zelda. That was a brief taste. Pray that I don't give you another. So once again, that's that whole... Okay, well now we've got 29 health out of 30, and if you don't have max health, you don't get the 100%. Now we still could get that by the end of the level, but it's something we're might have to go out of our way for where we wouldn't have before. Once I get some items, like once we unlock some of the bonus game type stuff, it's less of a big deal. Oops. So, just a brief thing, the basic mechanics for this game are you can eat enemies, you can make them into eggs, you can throw the eggs, you can push R to lock the little throwing receptacle. When you bounce off an enemy, you bounce high, like really high. This is the first one that really... I mean, Mario 3, you can get a good bounce off an enemy, but this one is literally, like, way above and beyond. As far as that goes, that, Yoshi gets a really significant bounce when you hit an enemy. So there are certain things that are uncoverable that way. There's a few other like really cool like tricks in the game, such as if an egg bounces off multiple walls before it hits something, it changes colors. And you can use that like if you were to get hit and not be at 100%. Or if you can bounce it off to at least 2 walls, and it will give you 2 stars, which refill your health. I missed a red coin at some point. I hate missing it by 1. Really? Same pattern, okay. Now I know. Okay. Oop, that was definitely not what I wanted to do, as it revealed my terrible score again. So, for this one, I'm gonna go through it's probably gonna be 16 videos as opposed to the 8 that I was thinking it might be, just because well, I don't want to... That was a thing. See? Infernal beeping. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do basically up to each boss as a separate video. Primarily because it's a longer game. There's a lot of longer stuff in it, and it's also a very challenging game compared to Mario 3. Which is the other game I just started, if you're not aware. So yeah, I'm kind of just gonna take my time, go to the first boss, end the video there, and then we'll pick back up next time for the second half of World 1. It's nice of them to split it up that way. By the way, just as a side note, this is probably one of my absolute favorite speedruns that I've ever seen. Even if you're not like super into the whole speedrunning thing, if you would like to see something extremely impressive, check out Trihex. Doing this game. I think he did it at AGDQ or SGDQ a few years ago. It is phenomenal. Like, most speedrun, like when you see a good speedrun, it is impressive. It is always how that works. But this one in particular, a lot of the way that the speedrun for this game works, because they don't just play the game, it's 100% complete, which means if you get hit or miss a red coin, etc., you're in trouble. You have to start over, or start the level, or redo a level. And the most impressive part with it is that a lot of the stuff that you do is throw eggs off screen to hit flowers and red coins, and bounce off walls at really weird angles to get like multiple things at once. It's really impressive. Yep. Oh my gosh. By the way, just to be clear, we just beat that boss by literally knocking his pants off. For kids! No. So, that was disappointing. But, that will also be the end of this first video. So, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this one for now, but jump back in next time with the second half of World 1. Like I said, I just started Mario 3. I've got Final Fantasy V 4-Job Fiesta running. We'll be getting back to Soul Blazer at some point, I promise, maybe. And yeah, got a lot of stuff going on, good variety. So, if you're enjoying this, give me a like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. With that, have a good one and eat egg rolls.